All right, you guys, I'm thinking y'all can see. Let me know if y'all can see. What can y'all see? So, when we get these horses, I don't normally show you guys this part because I don't really ever have anybody to video me, but something that we do is we obviously make sure that we can touch both back legs. Horses that we're going to consign are generally horses that you have to really stand behind. I'm going to hold the phone the best I can until I get to lunging him. So one thing we want to do is make sure that I can take this, do these things. You want to be able to go back here, go behind both back legs, you know, pop this thing around, no problems. Now then, with that being said, I also want to know that when I slide my hand up this rope and I ask this horse to come to me, that he will immediately move his feet and disengage his hind end. Back up. Back up. So anyway, Floyd is fantastic. He's as good on the ground as he is under saddle. And I'm going to put you in my pocket and hopefully you guys will be able to see. Can you guys see okay? And I'm going to send this horse around in a circle. And I assume you can see. I don't know. I don't know what y'all can see in my pocket. Bear, do not help me. What I like about Floyd is he never pulls on me. And watch. Oh. Good boy. I can send him so easy. And he didn't know all this when he came, but he was very easy to work with. Don't run over the feed pan. And I always do this stuff with them before I turn them out. That way, he is very, very careful. Whoa. Whoa. How did you guys like that? I don't know if you saw it, but it was whoa. Now we're going to send him back this way. Good boy, sir. He wants a pet. He wants a pat. Good job, buddy. So right there, he crowded me just a touch. I put my stick in him. He got right off me. What I want to know is that if Bear is getting a shock collar today, you guys heard Jess say it came in the mail. I'm not putting up with Bear's shit anymore. I love my dog, but he can't mind. He can't freaking mind. Now then. Whoa. I never had to move my hand. I love that. And watch, I can approach him. See? Stick down. Sorry, buddy. I had my stick up. He said, stick up. Do I need to back up? Because watch, if I have the lead rope and I have my stick, I can get him to back up. Watch how easy. He's so respectful of me and my cues. In fact, this horse makes me look like I know what I'm doing and I don't. And I love that. I love that he makes me look fantastic. Good job, Floyd. Let me see if I can get the camera. And again, just watch my hand. Whoa. Whoa. I love that. And so when you're on his back, when you're on Floyd's back and you're riding, all you have to do is say, whoa, Floyd, back this way. I'm going to point my finger. I don't know if you guys can see my shadow, but I'll point my finger that way. Trot on. And that's all it takes. I don't have to argue with him. And his work ethic has gotten so good. And then again, oh, oh. Good job, buddy. So I'm going to drop my stick, drop my lead rope. I'm going to put my hand. Good boy. That way he knows he doesn't have to back up. And then I'm going to actually just let him have some freedom time. Whoa. 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 Go on, buddy. So we'll get to watch Floyd run play. I have never been a good horse trader because I fall in love. It's all right, Floyd. Go play. Look, he's waiting for me to let him go. Go on, buddy. Trot on. Trot on. Trot on. As you can see, he went right between all of that. He gives no fucks. You know what's so sad is I had this horse, Jacob bought him out of a sale for kill. I know that some of you guys know that. Jacob bought this horse out of a sale for kill. People didn't believe the story. They didn't believe the lady. They thought he was bucking stock, all kinds of stupid shit. So my husband buys him for nothing. I bring him here. I advertise him the first day for $3,500. Nobody would buy him. A week later, up the price, $5,500. Nobody would buy him. I ride him twice, and I tell Jacob, I'm not going to take $5,500 for the horse. He's like, Tara, you couldn't even sell the horse for $3,500. And I told Jacob, I don't give a fuck. This is a $15,000 or $20,000 horse. And he's like, oh, come on. And then he's watched me work with him, and he's watched me ride him. And we had Dr. Hanlon age him, and we floated his teeth. And now my husband believes me. Look at that movement. For those of you who don't know, Floyd is 1/4 Clydesdale and 3/4 Foundation Quarter Horse. And he's 100% sound. Dr. Hanlon aged him between the ages of 6 and 7. And that was when he very first came in, which would be coming 7 to 8 years old. The Coggins said 11. I called the lady on the Coggins, spoke with her in depth. She was fantastic. She told me that he is, in fact, like a May baby, and he will just be 8 years old. And she said that she had done a lot of work with him, and she was wanting to do reined cow horses, and she just had to sell him because she boards, and she could not afford to have 2 horses where she boarded, which is understandable. And she actually didn't run him through the sale. She sold him to a local guy and actually took a horse in on trade that was supposed to be a reined cow horse. And long story short, it didn't work out. And she was very unhappy, but that's here nor there. But she's wanting to show like reined cow horses. And this is clearly not a reined cow horse. This is clearly a big draft cross. But I know a lot of you kind of know that sometimes good horses go through auction and sometimes really bad ones go through auction. But I'm not a 501c3 rescue, and the difference between me and Kendra or anyone else who wants to talk about me is I don't have to be held to the same standards as a rescue. You know, I don't have to give my horses away for the sake of, oh, but it's a good home. Like, I get to up the price on them as I put time and energy into them. And I don't have to be apologetic about that. So many of you stood behind me, even when Jacob thought I was crazy, when I said, no, I'm keeping Floyd and I'm going to work with him and I want to turn him into something really special. He's getting pretty special. I mean, what I like about Floyd is that if you're a 75-year-old lady and you haven't been able to ride in 2 months, even fresh, did you see how respectful he was in the halter? Like, look how good he feels. He wants to freaking be dynamite, but did you see how respectful he was in the halter? He never disrespected me. And as soon as I let him go, yeah, he's going to run around and buck and play and feel amazing. But he didn't drag me out of the barn. He didn't pull on me when I said, whoa, he faced. Floyd is a very respectful, very kind individual who is going to show whoever owns him the utmost respect, even when he's fresh. I mean, he's fresh now, you guys. He's been in that barn. It's been raining. He's been getting alfalfa cubes and sweet feed. And, it's a disaster, right? I mean, that's asking to be bucked off, except for Floyd is the same no matter what you feed him. Oh, he said, I'm out of here. Yes. So, all right, you guys. All right, so this is fantastic. I love it. But I hope you guys see exactly how I view horse trading. I mean, this horse ended up in a not so good situation because a lady trusted somebody. She traded him because she couldn't use him for reined cow horse. She traded him for a registered quarter horse that was supposed to have reined cow horse training. She said she had Floyd priced at $12,000, and that boy gave her he paid all the transportation, swapped the horses out, and gave her a little bit of cash and a super nice bred horse that was young, that had some training, but he's a dirty ass bronc. But she said, I traded. And I'm sure that boy probably bought that horse out of an auction, But anyway, she said she was sending it off to a trainer to get properly trained so she could utilize him, and hopefully it'll work out for her. And I've actually texted her several times, and she's checked on Floyd, and she loves him. She's actually, she called him Moon, by the way, and I just didn't love that for him. I told her I had named him Pretty Boy Floyd, and she said that is the best name, that she wished she had thought of it. So she was not even, I said, I'm sorry, he didn't have a name when we got him. So I called him Floyd, and I said, we've just been calling him Pretty Boy Floyd. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, I just, love him. And I told her, I said, I know the Coggins was not in your name. It said he was 11 years old. I said, but there was a health certificate with it, and the health certificate showed departing from you and arriving. I said, so that's where I got your information, just so you guys know. And she said, I'm so glad you called. She said, I have lost sleep over wondering where he went. She doesn't even really have Facebook or anything. She had done the swap she had put him on Dream Horse, So I forget sometimes that the people are out there all over the world that just don't do Facebook too. But Floyd's fantastic, you guys. And wait till you see some of the others. I mean, Floyd is not really the exception. I mean, there's a bunch of amazing ones in here. All right. I'm going to let Floyd play. And I hope that you guys will make sure that if we don't sell him privately, I hope that you guys, when he goes to auction, you guys will share his ad out there and let people know that you know the horse, you've seen him, you've seen him over the last 2 months a lot. That way we can maybe try to connect Floyd to his human, because Floyd deserves to bring what Floyd is worth so that he can go to somebody who will always value him in the manner in which he deserves to be valued, because he is just fantastic. So I hope you guys love Floyd as much as I do.